Hey Team Shuckle, what is up? Welcome back to another Wi-Fi battle. This one is from the stream that I had yesterday. Actually, most of the videos that are going to be happening for the next couple of days or so are going to be from the stream. I unfortunately forgot to get down who everyone is, so I unfortunately don't have any links or anything like that. That's my bad. Hopefully, if you guys are watching this, you can tell me. But yeah, so today we're battling Noah, as you can see with my mouse. I don't know why I used my mouse there. But he's bringing Tyranitar, Delphox, Chestnut, Conkeldurr, Gardevoir, and Salamence, and I'm bringing the team that I've been really loving. Looking at his team, I wasn't really sure who to start with, but the more I looked at it, the more I realized that Pinsir really does have a fantastic coverage against, pretty much his entire team. So that's who I'm going to start off with. Pretty much has good coverage against everything but that Salamence. It doesn't hit the Gardevoir super effectively, but it will hit it really hard. So that's why I started off with Pinsir, and once we get into the battle, we'll see, how that pans out. But, yeah, so the stream was great. It was a lot of fun. If you guys weren't there, you guys should come to the next ones. I don't know when I'm doing it, but I will be doing another one. Definitely. So, my opponent does start off with Salamence, the one thing that I didn't really have anything for. So, of course, I'm going to get out of there right away. I wasn't sure if I should go into Heatran or Melodic, but I figured Melodic was the safest bet because I wanted to preserve my air balloon. Turns out I was right, and he ends up going for Stone Edge, so that really worked for me. However, it crit, and it did a lot of damage, so I figured, okay, maybe he's Scarfed, he's probably going to go for it again. The crit, I could probably take another one. Turns out, no, he's not Scarfed. He just went straight for Dragon Rush, and now I have a +1 Salamence on the field, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do here? So I bring in Tangrowth, and I didn't think he'd have Fire Fang. I figured, okay, Tangrowth is a physical wall, you could maybe take this. I take the Fire Fang a lot better than I thought I would, but I'm still in a bad position. He's gonna go for Fire Fang again. I thought maybe he might predict me to go into Heatran, but I survive at 5 HP. And the cool thing about Tangrowth is it does have Regenerator, so I don't have to really worry about switching out and not being able to switch back in on a move. So I'm predicting the Fire Fang again, so I decide to bring in Heatran. Heatran's gonna be pretty good here. Now, I don't lose my air balloon because he does go for Fire Fang. Now, I'm predicting him to go for Stone Edge, but I'm thinking it's neutral. I think I can take it. So I do take it. Very, very lovely. I was so glad when Heatran took that. I only have max HP, and that's about it. I'm modest, 252 special attack, so to take a +1 Stone Edge was a very good thing. So in comes Conkeldurr, and I'm like, okay, this thing's gonna Mach Punch. There's no way it's not. I decided to bring in my Metagross because while Pinsir does have better coverage against Conkeldurr, I don't really want to have Pinsir come in when it's regular Pinsir, so I decided not to. Now he goes for low kick, and it crits me. It crits me. Now I'm like 900% sure that did not matter, and that did matter, because I'm very bulky. I should have been able to take that, and I did go for Zen Headbutt, so it really did matter. But either way, I'm not gonna let that stop me. I bring in Espeon, and I figured he'd switch here because I am an Espeon, but turns out he doesn't want to switch. He goes for Rock Slide and crits me again. So at this point, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? I almost got wrecked by a Salamence, but that was normal because it was a Salamence, and I'm like, well, now I have to do this. So I decided to bring in Tangrowth, only to bait a Drain Punch so I can bring in my Pinsir. I also brought in my Tangrowth because I knew that since I'm going to want to bait him to Drain Punch, it'll give me more HP on the way out, so that's why I went for that. And Pinsir obviously can take a Drain Punch, is resistant, now it's quad resistant. Now I know he has Rock Slide, but there's no way he's outspeeding me. He's clearly not Scarfed, so I'm just going to go straight for that return, and it should just take him out, and it does. So thankfully, I get a crit, but that crit really did not matter. I mean, a Pinsir using a return, that's a really really powerful move. So he brings in Tyranitar, and, you know, I'm thinking, okay, I have Metagross in the... No, I don't have Metagross in the back. I don't really have the greatest switch-in for this thing. I'll be quite honest with you. So I'm just going to stay in. I know I'm going to be faster, unless it's Scarf, which I really doubt it. And I'm going to go for Earthquake. So I go for Earthquake. I'm thinking it's probably going to do about a quarter. It ends up doing a little bit more than half, which was very lovely. And then his Stone Edge misses. So this was, you know, like... that mattered too. So obviously, you know, like, now I have no reason to complain, because... not that I would complain anyway, we just back and forth pretty easily. So I go for Earthquake again. There's no reason not to. I mean, he could bring in Chestnut. Now here's the thing. I was predicting him to go for Spiky Shield, but I know Chestnut does get Stone Edge, and I didn't really want to risk it, so I went for Return anyway. I figured in the long run, taking damage from the Spiky Shield and Sand wouldn't really matter, because it's not like I'm going to be surviving super effective hits anyway, so I'd much rather just go for the safer play than, you know, not. So he tries to go for Spiky Shield again, because he really has nothing for me, and it fails because, you know, it's like a 33% chance or something like that, and of course my Return will one-shot this Chestnut, even if it was at full HP. So in comes Delphox, and I'm thinking this thing's decently fast from what I remember. I don't really remember its base speed, so I don't really want to stay in, and I'm assuming, hey, it's probably going to go for a fire move. So I'm going to bring in my Heatran, and it does go for a fire move. It goes for Will-O-Wisp, so I do take that, thankfully. So I stay in, and I'm going to go for Earth Power. I have no reason not to. Delphox can't really touch me. Now, it does that Psychic does a little bit more damage, and then I see Life Orb, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is a very offensive Delphox. I know they have good special defense, but either way. Turns out it really was an offensive Delphox, because I think a defensive one would probably have been able to take that. I don't know. So in comes Tyranitar, and, you know, again, I don't really have the greatest switch-in for this. I do have Tangrowth, but it's not at full HP. And I don't know why, but I thought he'd go for a rock move. I don't know why I thought he wouldn't go for Earthquake. I went for Earth Power just in case, you know. But finally I bring in Tangrowth, and I know I can pretty much wall this Tyranitar. The issue is that I only have Tangrowth and Pinsir left, and unfortunately, Pinsir can't switch in anymore. Pinsir only has enough HP to... well, it will die to Stealth Rocks now, so that's why he went for it, but, you know, my Tangrowth can take out this Tyranitar pretty easily. You know, it can't touch me, I can touch it. I don't really have to worry too much about many things. So now, you know, we're just kind of fighting the good fight, trying to figure out what's the best thing. You know, I only have Tangrowth left. I can't use Pinsir, so it's basically like it's 1-1 right now, and there's really not much I can do. I think it's 1-1, yeah. So what I do here is I'm expecting the Gardevoir to go for Psychic or Moonblast, which would do a lot of damage to my Tangrowth. What I wanted to do was switch out, get a lot of HP back, basically back to full, minus, you know, Stealth Rocks and stuff like that. This way I can tank whatever this Gardevoir wants to do and sort of just beat it. So he actually goes for Calm Mind, and I'm thinking, oh, this is great. I went for Knock Off. Knock Off is like neutral. It's still going to do good damage, right? I go for Knock Off. It does no damage, and no item gets knocked off. And I'm thinking, what is going on? And then I realize, hey, you must be a secondary Mega. That makes a little bit more sense. Okay, but so, you know, he's going for attacks. He crits me with the Dazzling Gleam, which mattered because I'm pretty sure I could have taken a second Psychic after that. However, in the long run, I really didn't have anything for this Gardevoir. I could have continuously Giga Drained, but it really wouldn't have panned out well in my favor. I think I would have lost that anyway. And yeah, looking at his team, that it was a 1-0. But yeah, so a lot of hacks, but I really think, you know, while the hacks did matter, it ended up not really being the end of the world, because I still made it to 1-0, you know. So, you know, it just goes to show that even if you do get, like, royally hacks, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure every single one of my Pokemon died except for Pinsir due to hacks, you know? But, oh, well, Heatran didn't either. But, yeah, I mean, like, it happens. It's part of the game, and, you know, I still had a good time. It was still a good battle, so that's really it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys at the next video. Peace. Peace. You couldn't see it, damn it.